Hello, boys and girls. I am dressed a little wild today because we're sharing a story called Where the Wild Things Are. And I have a wild friend with me here too. This is called a award-winning book, a Caldecott Medal for the most distinguished picture book of the year. That means for all the pictures and stuff that was drawn in this book by the illustrator. Because remember, the author writes the story, the illustrator draws the picture. Title page, Where the Wild Things Are. Story and pictures by Maurice Sendak. So this author drew the pictures and wrote the story. So it's the author and the illustrator. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind. I hope you can see the pictures good since we took our story outside today. And another. He does look like he's having some fun, doesn't he? His mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, "I'll eat you up." And Max doesn't look so nice there, does he? So he was sent to bed without eating anything. I believe he was being punished. That very night in Max's room, a forest grew. A forest because he was using his imagination. Yes, this is a fiction story. Very good. Not true. And grew. He's got a nice sized forest in his bedroom with using his imagination. And it grew, with his ceiling hung wild with vines, and the walls became the world all around him. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through the night and through the day. These are very nice pictures. I could see why it won an award. In and out of weeks and almost over a year to where the wild things are. This is one of my favorite stories too. I have lots of favorite stories. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars and showed their terrible teeth. And they rolled their terrible eyes and showed all their terrible claws. Till Max said, "Be still," and tamed them with the magic trick of staring into all their yellow eyes without blinking once. And they were frightened, and they called him King of the Wild Things. They do look scary, but they're afraid of Max. That's because Max is in charge of the story and using his imagination. And they made him king of all wild things. And now, cried Max, let the wild rumpus start. And see, this is a picture story as well. So on these, with just the pictures, you could use your imagination and tell the story and whatever you think they're doing right here. I think they're having lots of fun and they're all roaring. Woohoo! Roar! The wild things. Let's swing from branch to branch. Look at us. Woohoo! This is fun. This is Max's imagination. And there they all are, with Max on top saying, "I am the king of the wild things." "Now stop," Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. just like his mom did. Yes, supper is another name for dinner. Exactly. We've read other stories where they call it supper. And Max, the king of all the wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Where could that be? Where does someone love you best of all? Yes, at home with your mom and dad? Good, Javier. Then all around from far away, across the world, he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. Think he wants his dinner now that he missed. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said no. Rhyming words. Very good. The wild things roared their terrible roars, and their terrible teeth, and rolled their terrible eyes, and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye. He's going to go home. I think he wants his supper now. And sailed back over a year, and in and out of weeks, and through a day. Yes, Max makes it a very long time, that would be. But in our story, it goes quick. And into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. His mommy was still going to feed him his dinner. Sometimes we don't always make right choices and do the right things, but your parents will always love you. Mommy and daddies are good like that. They love you no matter what. And it was still hot. Boys and girls, what I'd like you to do is write your own fiction story. You can make it about whatever you want, and hopefully your teachers can get them to me. I would enjoy reading them. It's not something you have to do. I know you have a lot of work, but if you would like to write a story and get it to Miss Darlene, I would love it. Thank you very much for sharing this story with us. Goodbye.